Live text access, training for real-time intralingual subtitlers. Unit 6, Velotype, Element 3, Typing Skills. Learning all key combinations. This video lecture gives an introduction to the Velotype keyboard and the principle of how it works. Besides that, it will show the use of the Velotype Academy, which is the interactive software to learn how to use the Velotype step by step. You will briefly see how the Academy is installed and the structure of the software. This is the agenda. We will first look at how to get started with the Velotype, followed by the theory of the Velotype, and then how to use the Velotype Academy. In the end, the summary. Getting started with Velotype. The Velotype is recognized by the computer as a standard USB keyboard. It can directly be connected to the computer using the USB cable, and it is not necessary to install any drivers. The only thing the user has to do is to set the operating system in the menu of the Velotype, that is Windows, Apple or Linux, and besides that set the correct keyboard layout that the computer expects, for example US International. These settings can also be changed at any time if necessary. More information about the settings and specifications of the Velotype keyboard can be found in the manual. The Velotype Academy software can be downloaded from the Velotype website www.velotype.com. Select the correct operating system and install the software. After starting the software, you will need to create a user. Secondly, you select the language in which you want to type or practice. This will depend on the languages installed on your Velotype keyboard. And then you can get started with the course, either starting the course from the beginning, continuing the course where you left off, or rehearsing lessons that you already finished. Per lesson you can see an overview of the combinations in that lesson. You can practice the combinations in a very visual way. You can practice composed words, you can do a repetition of the combinations and words of that lesson, and you can practice sentences comprising of the words and combinations you have learned so far. The Velotype Academy will only work when a Velotype keyboard is connected. The theory of Velotype. Above, you can see how the hands are placed on the Velotype keyboard. The colors correspond to the fingers used for the keys. For example, it can be seen that the most flexible finger of the hand, the thumb, plays an important role, and even the palm is used to press keys. The keyboard is divided into three parts. To the left of the keyboard are the keys that create the initial consonants of a syllable. In the middle the keys to make the vowels, and on the right the keys to make the final consonants. We start typing some letters. The first image shows how keys 1 on 1 correspond to single letters. Some letters are created by pressing two keys at the same time, as shown in the second image. In the third image shows that start consonants, vowels and end consonants can be pressed simultaneously to create whole syllables. And the final image shows a complete Dutch sentence. A space automatically appears after each press of keys. By simultaneously pressing the no space key with the palm of the hand, the syllables are stuck together. See the animations on the Velotype website www.velotype.com in the part of Functioning Keyboard. Using the Velotype Academy. The Velotype Academy is divided into 15 lessons. In the first lesson you will learn the keys and key combinations for the starting position. On the screen you will see the keyboard and how to place the hands. The key or keys which need to be pressed appear in a dark green color, and below, between the hands, you see what should be the result. When you press the key or keys, the output of the Velotype will appear in the black text box. And in the yellow window you will get feedback after you press the keys. Either you press them correctly or incorrectly. After you press the keys, the Academy will continue to the next combination. After you progress, help from the hands and keys will disappear, and you will need to try to type the combinations without help. If you are stuck with this, you can always press on the Velotype Professor icon in the right-hand bottom corner to change the level of assistance. After learning the basic key combinations, it is time to combine syllables into words. In a Star Wars-like screen, the composed words will appear, which need to be typed. With every key combination on Velotype, you automatically get a space after it, unless you press the no space key with the palm of your hand. So in the example above, you will firstly press the keys I in the middle and N on the right to produce the word in, and release the keys. Then you press the T on the left and O in the middle together with the no space key. After practicing the composed words, you will repeat the combinations and combined words as extra practice. It is important to thoroughly practice on individual words before taking a next step. And as a last step, you start to practice the sentences. You can go to the next line by pressing the ZZ combination. It is not necessary to correct your mistakes at this time. However, if you would like to, you can erase the last combination you typed with either CRRC, to be remembered by the word correction, or SNNS. The summary. In this video lecture, we gave an introduction how to use the Velotype keyboard and the Velotype Academy. It is important to know your software and hardware. When practicing the keyboard, be patient and disciplined. As always, it is important to learn the key combinations correctly, so you will benefit from learning it correctly in the end. From the start, don't look at your hands. The exercises. The exercises for this video lecture are in the trainer's guide for this unit and in the PowerPoint presentation. All materials are available on our website www.ltaproject.eu. LTA Live Text Access, Universitat Autónoma de Barcelona, SDI, Internationale Hochschule, Scuola Superiore per Mediatori Linguistici, ZDF Digital, European Federation of Hard of Hearing People FHO, Velotype, SUBT Access, European Certification and Qualification Association ECQA. Co-funded by the Erasmus Plus program of the European Union. Erasmus Plus project 2018-1-DE01-KA203-004218. The information and views set on this presentation are those of the authors and do not necessarily reflect the official opinion of the European Union. Neither the European Union institutions and bodies, nor any person acting on their behalf, may be held responsible for the use which may be made of the information contained here.